Yeah, as you said, the response in the first quarter, outstanding. What we have 36, something like that. Probably the back end of the quarter. I don't know. It was a really solid quarter. I walked into halftime. We were just playing the right way, and then it was. Then there became some things where we went to a switching, lineup, and credit to them that versus the switch they made triples over the top of us, a couple of consecutive ones, and punished us in the post a little bit on some mismatches as well versus the switch. So, that was the coverage that we needed to be really good at, and we weren't good enough in it, and they were exceptional in the way that they punished us. But, we have 25 assists. We rarely lose games when we share the basketball and have 25 assists, but as we've talked about, we're just not at a level defensively, at the moment that can get us wins. And so, another 75% or close to, they scored in the paint. So just how we're protecting that area, we're doing a little bit better from the three-point line than, the Brisbane game, but right now, we just can't stop people in the paint.
3 consecutive games, 100-plus points, obviously tough, but are you finding it hard to, I suppose, fill the holes that have been left by Chris and Marcus?
Yeah, and again, we had foul trouble tonight, and so, I thought we actually managed that pretty well in the first half with, IC having 3 and, Robbie having some foul trouble, and so I thought we actually managed that part pretty well, and, we had people in a good position going into the fourth quarter with some fouls to give and being able to play the way that they wanted to play. Does Marcus help our rim protection and our ability to, lower that percentage in the paint? Yeah, for sure. He's one of the most elite guys in that area. Does CG help us defensively? Yeah, he does, And then, I think to beat good teams right now, it's having all your pieces is really important. And so, but in saying that, I felt like we still could have won that game tonight, and wouldn't it just had to be a little bit better defensively. It wasn't 0 boards like the other night. We were a little bit better in that area, but it was them getting to the foul line again, us being able to play defense without fouling and contain the points in the paint.
Now both teams, neck and neck at each other. Were you pretty proud of the way the boys? Come back with 8 points down, midway in that fourth. Yeah,
there's a lot of moments to be proud of in the game, for sure. But again, right now it's not good enough for us. It's not turning into wins.
Those 2 injured players, will they be back for the open air game?
Yeah, we got 8 days until that. So that's the goal is to have them back. Whether that's guaranteed at any point, we haven't seen them practice. So hopefully they can get into some good practice and be ready.
Is it going to be handy having such a break? I think it's Monday week, isn't it?
Yeah, for us right now to get healthy is the biggest thing. So having a few extra days to get healthy is great. But yeah, we got tough games coming up, and every game's a tough game right now. So we can't believe that that's the answer. He's bringing those guys back. Yes, it's going to help, but we just have to be a lot better defensively.
What's going to be the particular focus, in these next 8 days defensively?
Yeah, just being locked in. We've got to be able to sit down and guard the ball. If you're in a switching system, and there's some teams that make you switch because of their shooting bigs and the things that you do there. Have we got the physicality to drive people outside of the position that they want to get? Are we good enough to sit down and guard them one-on-one? And there's some areas of focus that everyone can be a bit better at right now.
Dean's talked quite a bit about, I guess, a drop-off in defence and physicality and team rules and things like that over the past sort of 3 or 4 games, and kind of, I guess, leading into this kind of lull in your performances. How have you seen things, and what do you need to do as a unit to turn things around at that end of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a focus coming in into the game tonight after our performance on Friday night, where we gave up way too many O boards, and I thought we started well, and the intent was there, but we need to be able to sustain it, and we just had a few moments in the game where gave up a few easy buckets, whether it was O boards or not being in the right help positions, and allowed them to get a bit of momentum. So I think it's we know we can do it. It's just a matter of being able to sustain it and everyone being connected on that end of the floor.
Is it something that you take on personally as someone who's, I guess, built a career on being an elite defender, in terms of setting an example and talking to guys about the things that need to be done to make sure that you are at the elite level that United plays defence at when it's firing on all cylinders?
Definitely. I've got to be better. Everyone else has to be better, and the players, we have to be able to dig in and figure it out, because three in a row is just unacceptable, and we're gonna watch a lot of tape. Obviously do a lot of drills this week, and we'll get ready to go for Monday.
3 in a row hasn't happened for 2 years now at United. What's the mood like among the group?
Well, everyone's pretty pissed off, as we should be, and there's no one to blame except for ourselves, and we're going to have to respond, and we're going to have to hold each other accountable. Everyone's going to have to do their job, and I'm confident that we'll be able to do that.
Did KB have any injury today? Or?
Cole Bowen? No, he was fine.
He seemed to have a great start to the game. You didn't bring him back into the game.
Yeah, I think I was comfortable with Whitey with his foul trouble to keep playing, and I felt like we got to really push him to get going right now. I think he's had a couple of games where it's lower than the expectations of Whitey, and so I was just pushing him to be the best talker out there, to really connect, and so it's important that we start to get him at a higher level.